Okay, I'm now going to cover the properties panel for the TruTrade AutoTrend Pro. So the first field we have here is the license key. Next, we have the backtest mode switch. If this is enabled, it will block live trading, but it will plot all historical fills. So let's say, for example, you want to check, a 713 MA cross entry with a 10-tick stop using 5-tick range bars for the last 6 months. You can configure that in the strategy analyzer and basically run that test. Okay, next we have the input for the fast MA. So you can select the type. So we have SMA, EMA, WMA, HMA, and TMA. This applies to both the fast and the slow. You can adjust the period for both here below each setting. Next, we have use slow MA. So if this is enabled, what it does basically is this. Let's say the SMA is 40 for the slow, and you have smooth selected. It will put a 40 inside of a 40. So basically, it's a 40 period moving average of a 40 period moving average. So basically, it gives you a nice smooth line. You can use that if you want to. If you want to have it off, just uncheck the box. Okay, next we have entry 1 settings. So this is entry 1 quantity. Then we have entry 2, which is optional. So entry 1 is the scalp target. Entry 2 is the runner. If entry 2 is off, the bot's essentially scalping. If entry 2 is on, the bot will have the scalp entry plus the runner. So the runner is the part that will have the trailing stop. So we'll cover that later as we get down to the exit settings. But for right now, if you just want to scalp with the bot, entry 1 only. If you want to scalp and use a runner, or if you want to scalp with 2 targets, you can have entry 2 on just a quantity here, and then actually have a target 1 and target 2 with entry 2 target on, then have the break even plus X trailing stops enabled. So what that does basically is if it hits target 1, it will lock in X ticks of profit on entry 2, and then you also can have the target for entry 2. So essentially you can have a 2 target scalp, or you can use the break even plus X stop plus a runner and then lock in profit when initial target 1 is hit, and then have the trailing stop kick in for the second entry. Okay, so entry 1 target ticks, again, self-explanatory. Let's say you want to take a 20-tick profit on entry 1, put a 20 in here. Target 2 is optional, because most of the time you're going to run the bot with target 2 as the runner, or excuse me, entry 2 as the runner, so target 2 would not be used. But if you want a maximum profit target for entry 2, which is the runner, turn this on. Let's say you want to put it at 100. So if you get a 100-tick target, you're out of there. Okay, next we have 3 different trading stop options. This is important. So the forced trading stop is the most aggressive, the tightest tugging stop that we have of the 3 options. So if you're very risk averse and you're using bars that are good with this kind of stop, like for example, range bars work well, use this trading stop. Price action trading stop is a little bit looser. Again, these are proprietary, so we're not going to go into the exact method of action for each one of these, but just know that they're all very effective and they all have different uses. So again, forced trading stop is mainly for people that want to trade. It's the most aggressive, tightest tugging trading stop. So it's great for range bars or very small bars where you want to lock in profit quickly and not give the runner too much room to move. Price action stop works in a somewhat similar fashion, but again, it's not quite as strict. So it's going to trail a little bit later and give the trend a bit more wiggle room, essentially. So this can be used as well. This works great for time bars and other bars that don't have a static size. Same thing with momentum trailing stop. Again, this is a different stop, but of similar use. So when you use these stops, run them on a sim, kind of watch how they behave and pick which one you want to use. So the trading stop tick buffer, this applies to all 3 of these. So what this does is when the stop moves up behind the price action, it will put this buffer between where the stop is being moved to, and then add that to it. So let's say the stop is moved to 100 and you wanted a 3-tick buffer, it put it to 103 ticks, for example. Okay, next we have break even plus X trailing stop. So I already basically explained this, but I'll do it again real quick here. So again, it's pretty self-explanatory. So let's say you have entry 1, its target is hit, this is enabled here, then it will lock in X ticks of profit on entry to the runner. So basically make sure that you can't lose on the runner while letting it do its thing and see how far the trend will go. Okay, next we have tick stop on initial fill. Again, this is all self-explanatory. If this is on, it'll place an initial stop. So let's say, for example, you want to enter the trade and you want a max risk of 6 ticks. It'll put a stop there, and then once it hits target 1, if the break plus X is on, or the trading stop kicks in from the runner, this will move up and lock in profit. Okay, next we have the third MA. So this is extremely powerful. So what this does is let you use a moving average from the same time frame of bar series or a completely different time frame of bar series and use that as a filter. So let's say, for example, you wanted to use, this is a very popular one, let's say a 713 EMA cross as the entry. but you wanted to filter that with, let's say, a 3 minute 50 period SMA. So in other words, if a 713 cross occurred above the 50 period SMA on the 3 minute level, it would go long. But if it occurred below it, it would go short. So this allows you to only take trades in the direction of the higher time frames trend. So this is extremely powerful. So if you want to be picky with your shot selection, let's say you want to run a 20 tick range bar, and you wanted to use a WMA with a 10 bar period. So you can get very, very creative. You can run pretty much an endless number of combinations. And again, this is enabled with this master switch. So if this is off, it will ignore all this. If this is on, it will use this. You could also smooth or slow down the third MA. So basically, if this is smooth, then this will be a 20 period of a 20, just like we have here where we use the smooth slow MA on the main chart. So again, there's literally pretty much an infinite number of combinations you can run between all 5 of the moving averages here and then all 5 on the filter as well, with again all of the different bar types that come standard with Ninja. So you can see you can get extremely creative here. Also keep in mind that on the main chart, if you want to use a custom bar type that does not come with Ninja, either your own one you got from a different company, a third party, or one of the TruTrade wrinkle bars, etc., you can do that. So this bot is incredibly versatile. It can run with a lot of different bar types, bar sizes, and time periods. Okay, so stop and reverse, again, if this is on, the bot will, let's say it's long, right? And then you get a short trigger inside the OCO bracket. If stop and reverse is on, it will just stop and reverse. It will not exit. It will just exit the trade and go short or vice versa. If this is off, it will actually wait for the current trade to hit the stop or target before being allowed to go in the other direction. So you may or may not want to use this depending on what you're attempting to do that particular day. Okay, next we have DRAM. So most of you that have been TruTrade customers for a while are very familiar with DRAM. It's nothing new. It's a very powerful risk management tool we've been using for a long time, but it's not new to the TruTrade bot lineup. So anyways, DRAM again, entry 1 and entry 2. So this has the advanced DRAM. Some of the lower tier bots only have it on the entry 1. So let's say, for example, your entry quantity is, let's say you want to front load this. Let's say you have 2 contracts in entry 1 and then 1 entry 2. DRAM's at 2, so let's say it has a loser and does a stop and reverse, it will add 2 contracts so that entry 1 is now a 4 lot, and then entry 2 would now be a 2 lot. So instead of being, let's say you're long 3 contracts, you get a short inside of the OCO bracket for the stop or target is hit, you're now short 6 contracts. So it'll take a stop and reverse, take a small loss, and then get that money back very quickly with additional contracts. This will all happen in about a quarter second, just all in milliseconds. So it's very quick, it's very dynamic, and it allows you to make a split-second change of position much faster than any human could ever do. Okay, so this right here is the number of times this can happen. So if this is set to twice, it'll do this up to 2 times, and then it will go back to the default position size. So it won't go on indefinitely. You can turn, and again, you can turn this off. If this is off here, and this is off here, so you can have DRAM on just one entry, or just entry 1 or entry 2, or both, or have them both off. So again, the key thing with all this risk management stuff is that you can have all of it on, none of it on, whatever you want to do. So the bot can be very customizable to fit your risk reward profile and trade the way that you want it, that you're comfortable trading. Okay, next I'm going to cover how the custom chart trader functions for the AutoTrend Pro. So the first thing I'm going to do here is we're going to enable the bot, and that will turn on the chart trader panel. Okay, so you'll see here on the right, we have the on-off button. So once the bot or strategy is enabled, that will activate the chart trader. The chart trader is turned on through this button. So we have the chart trader off, chart trader on. So you can turn it on or off with this button. So you must have the paid version of InTrader to be able to turn this on and activate it. So you want to turn the chart trader on. Then once that's on, you have the on-off button here, the flat button. So the flat button will close any position opened by the bot. So say, for example, you're in a trade, you're up $1,200, and the trading stop is locking in the profit on the runner, and you just want to take the money and run and be out of the trade. Just hit the flat button and exit. Okay, next we have the third button, which is the directional toggle switch. So the default is both the orange color. If this is on, the bot will take both long and short trades, and if stop and reverse is also on in the properties panel, the bot will stop and reverse in both directions. So let's say you're in a long trade, you get a short trigger inside of the OCO bracket before the stop or target is hit, the bot will then go short. So if you want to only trade, let's say for example to the long side, then turn it to long only or short only. So let's say for example you think the market's going to crash that day, you only want to take trades to the downside, just turn it on short only, and boom, you're done. You don't have to worry about any long trades, there will not be any. But most of the time when you're running the bot on the open or the cash close and you want to take advantage of momentum in both directions, you want to just capture as much volatility as possible, you typically want to have the bot on both. And if you want to be selective with multiple time frames and trade in the direction of the higher time frame, just use the third MA setting and leave it on both. That's generally more effective than just picking a direction. But again, you can do whatever you want. It's your bot, it's your money. You can trade however you want to trade. So keep in mind the bot can be configured and can be used however you want to use it. Okay, so next we're going to talk about some more advanced uses of the bot. So just kind of show its versatility and the different ways you can go about using it. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to turn on the plots. So you'll have here, so we have the high MA as a dot plot here. So I'm going to go ahead and change this to a dash. Or actually, let's use just a typical horizontal line. So, okay. So I'm going to take this now and I'm going to show you guys how to configure this. So let's say we have let's use the slow MA as, let's use like a dark, let's use a Dodger blue. Okay, so we have this. So the fast is going to be magenta, the slow is going to be blue, and then the HTF higher time frame is going to be yellow. So we're going to turn all of these plots on. So we're going to have plot MA on chart. In fact, I'll actually turn the third one off for now, just so you can see what it looks like without it. So we're going to go ahead and enable this. And you'll see on the chart, the bot will actually plot the lines. So when we go back here and look at the historical data, you can see where the bot would have entered. Okay, so I'm now going to turn on backtest mode to show you what it looks like and show you basically how you can see the historical fills. So backtest mode is on in the properties. I'm going to go ahead and enable the bot, and then it will plot the historical fills. Okay, so look at the chart here. You can see where the bot would enter. So it went long here, hit target 1. The trailing stop is on, so it would carry on below the price action swings, get out here. So you can see it will enter when a new trend emerges per whatever the MA cross settings you have enabled as your entry criteria. And then it will take a quick profit on entry 1, and then the runner will write out the trend. So again, we have entry here, so it went long, big winner here, went short, big winner here. Same thing, went long here, stop and reverse, so it took a small loss here, DRAM kicks in, adds more contracts, goes in here, and then exits here. So you can see that bot is quite effective in high volatility environments, and if you have it set to a small target for entry 1, it can make a bunch of quick money. So even like when it's getting whipsawed here in a grinder, and again, this bar size is a little bit small, I typically wouldn't run a 10 tick on the NQ, but you can do whatever you want. So you'll see here that, again, target 1, target 1, target 1. So even in a grinder, it does a very good job of mitigating chop because it's taking more money off here than it takes a loss on the runner. So it'll basically, if you have it front loaded, it'll do an excellent job of mitigating chop. So we're going to go ahead and change the bar size to, let's say, for example, you want to run a small Ninja wrinkle bars, which are very popular. So we'll go ahead and turn that on. We'll run an 8-2. And you can see what the bot does here. So as you can see, so this is a very popular bar size for the NQ, works extremely well. So you can see this thing just basically just prints money with these small bar sizes. And again, the trailing stop is very effective on these bars. Every time you get a price action continuation, the stop will ratchet up behind the price action and basically lock in profits as you go. So you can see here, this did very, very well. Throughout this is today's session, so basically the after hours here opened right here. So this is just on the Globex open, so you can see how much money this thing is making. It's just printing money. So if we use our profit measuring tool, we actually can do the drawing tools range value. This can be downloaded. So let's say, for example, we want to check the fill price here all the way till the exit. And this was basically about $310 per contract. Now, this is historical fills, so you're going to get a little bit of slippage, and the commissions are going to throw in this. Let's say, for example, in the real world, we made $280 here, but you can see how profitable these swings are, right? So if you go in here, and again, drawing tools, range value, this swing to this swing, again, about $300 every time this happens, and then even the runner, entry one, even that, and this is set to a small tick size. So even on these small trades, don't really go anywhere. You'll have $100 here or there, and this is only per contract. So let's say, for example, you were trading a 10 lot. This is $3,000 approximately on a 10 lot. This little trade, and if you look here, if you actually plot the crosshairs, you'll see that we have, so it's 1613 all the way to 1650. So basically, 37 minutes, you made $300 per contract. And this is a very slow, dead zone for the market. Globex open, there's not really anything going on here. So on a 10 lot, in a little over a half hour, you could have made $3,000 in just this one tiny little trade. So again, you can see how fast you can recoup the cost of the bot and how fast you can make money with this stuff in general. So again, very, very profitable software. Sorry about the zoom out there, hit the wrong button. But you can basically see here that, we can scroll back here and look at throughout the course of the day, and these are very, very effective. But let's say, for example, you want to run time bars. Remember, this bot is incredibly versatile. You can run whatever you want to run. So if you want to run time bars, Heikinashi bars, range bars, tick bars, wrinkle bars, it doesn't matter. This bot does it all. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up time bars now. Let's give you an example. So let's pull up, let's say the second bars. Let's pull up the 5-second bars. And again, you can run much bigger bar sizes if you want to. You can even swing trade this bot. If you want to run hourly bars and have trades that last for several sessions, you can do that. Same thing with large range bars, 200, 300 tick bars on the NQ. You also can day trade stocks, Forex, again, whenever you want. So this bot is incredibly versatile. It can be used to scalp. It can be used to trade trends. You can trade any instrument you want, any bar size, any bar type. You can use a runner. You can use 2 scalp entries. You can use just a trend swing. You can use DRAM, time filters, multiple time frames. This is the most versatile product that TruTrade sells, and is basically universally applicable regardless of what bar size, or regardless of how you're trading. You can go for swing, scalp, whatever you want, or anything in between. Okay, so we're going to go to the 5-second bars. Let me go ahead and pull this up here. And you can get a general idea of just how this bot operates. You can see here, these bars can obviously cause some whipsaws in low volatility periods, so we typically wouldn't use them at this time of day, but nonetheless, you get the point. So you see here, same thing happens. You have the runner here, then the quick hit, so this the initial target, then the runner, and again, look at this right here. This is a very small time window, and we're talking about 1702, 4 minutes here, and then again, about another 5 minutes. So in about a 10-minute span here, this thing is literally printing money. And again, this bot is obviously going to thrive on high volatility. For low volatility, you can just use the scalp entry if you want to, or use one of the Ripper series bots. But again, you'll see here, just this one entry, about $250. This right here is about $75, again, per contract. So on a 10 lot, you make about $2,500 on this swing in 5 minutes, and about $2,500 on this swing in 5 minutes in the direction. So again, very, very effective bot, very versatile, works with any bar type. Again, we'll switch to range bars just to show you the versatility. So we'll go range bars. We'll go, let's say an 8-tick range bar, for example. Same thing. So you'll have here, watch it work with range bars. Big swings, and these aren't even optimized settings. These are just your 713, kind of a general rapid fire setting. Usually we're going to go 721 or slow it down quite a bit, but this is a very aggressive way of using the bot. You can just see how effective it is. I mean, we're looking here at 1606. From this section right here, from 1536 all the way to 1711. It's about an hour and a half. This thing has made, over $1,500 per contract on just the runners. So again, incredibly effective bot, can be used in a lot of different ways. Highly recommended whether you're a scalper, a trend trader, you trade price action, you trade swings. And again, I'll show you just real quick how you can do big swing trading. Let's say, for example, you want to use let's say a big bar, right? Let's do a 30-minute. Let's go after some big trends here. And again, I'm going to have to change some of the settings because this is not, these settings are not ideal for this. So let's give it 10 days. So you can see here, it's capturing massive swings. I mean, these are enormous. So these are 30-minute bars, drawing tools. This little trade right here, almost $6,000 per contract. So this trade happened on about the 17th at midnight and ran all the way. So this lasted about an entire session. Again, 5K there. Enormous winners. Same thing with this, about 3,000. Again, you stop and reverse with DRAM kicking in. So again, this bot is incredibly powerful, incredibly versatile. You can dial it in for any instrument, anything you want. Doesn't matter. Like for example, we're looking at the NQ. Let's pull up a stock, for example. Let's go to Tesla. And let's change this to a range bar. Again, I'm just picking random bar sizes here. Let's go to a 10 tick on Tesla. And again, we're just showing off the versatility of this bot. Insanely powerful product. So again here, so this is the cash close. I mean, look at this money printer, right? So this is Pacific time or Mountain time, standard here locally in Arizona. So same thing as PST. So you'll see here cash close, the final half hour of the cash session. And again, so we're going to look at the drawing tools. We're going to go to range value. That trade, $1 per share. So on 1,000 shares, it's $1,000. Then again, we're going to go to drawing tools, range value. Look at this winner right here. So we have all the way from here, all the way to there, $1.26. So on 1,000 shares, that's 1,200, right? So on 1,000 shares, that's $1,200. 3,000 shares, about $4,000. And this was made in a matter of 12:35, 10 minutes. So you could have made several $1,000s in 10 minutes. Again, day trading Tesla. We showed you the NQ. It doesn't matter what you're trading. This thing is incredibly versatile, incredibly powerful. You can use whatever bar size you want. You can use range bars, time bars, wrinkle bars, tick charts, even custom bar types that don't come with Ninja. Let's say you bought a bar type from a third-party vendor and you want to use it with this bot, it will still work. So again, incredibly powerful bot, any bar type, any bar size, and any time frame. Okay, so that about wraps it up. So go ahead and call your sales rep if you need some more information regarding this bot on how to purchase it, and we'll talk to you soon.